As Bitcoin recovers, some altcoins are starting to make major comebacks, like Chainlink with its Mastercard integration, as well as Cardano and XRP, but even coins like Arbitrum and Aptos, which haven't been talked about in forever. We may be about to see some big moves finally. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, altcoinbuzz.io, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright, good morning you guys. So Bitcoin is steadily climbing through this next level of resistance at around $106,000, $107,000. We are coming through it right now. We had a little bit of a slower day than I was expecting yesterday. That's mostly because Fed Chair Jerome Powell was testifying, and so a lot of people were just kind of waiting to see what he says. Basically, he didn't say anything, monumentously that would change the direction. He more so said like, hey, we're still not going to cut rates. We're still not doing any of this. So overall, it wasn't like bullish news, but it wasn't really bearish news that he was talking about. And so the market kind of just like slowly climbed through it. And now today more so before New York Open, it's starting to climb back, above this level of resistance around $106,000, $107,000. So if we can make a decisive break above here, maybe towards 108 today, come back, retest this around $107,000. I think we're going towards 111 in the next couple of days, because like I said yesterday, we took out the lows at the bottom of this range, so we went down to $98,000. So we swept the bottom of this range, and usually when that happens, we head pretty fast back to the other side of the range, which is usually where it wants to go. So I think in the coming days we could be going towards $111,000. Pretty quickly. And that would also, be helpful for our altcoins, which are down massively, as Bitcoin has been the main driver so far. So starting off today, we have Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaks on Bitcoin saying this.
Our view is that banks get to decide who their customers are. That's not our decision. And so banks are free to provide banking services to the crypto industry, to crypto companies. And banks are also free to conduct crypto activities as long as they do so in a way that is, protective of safety and soundness.
And then we have Morgan Stanley saying they expect the Fed to deliver 7 rate cuts in 2026, starting in March, bringing the terminal rate down to 2.5 to 2.75%. So right now we're just about in the mid fours, right? We're in the mid fours. So they expect 7 rate cuts in 2026. And usually when there's rate cuts, there's, it's monetary easing. And so typically the markets go up. So this kind of also ties into what other analysts have been saying, where this cycle could extend into 2026, into at least maybe Q2. I believe Raoul Paul was talking about this in a couple of videos ago, where he mentioned that maybe this will go to June 2026. The market will kind of extend, as we haven't had the kind of monetary easing that we typically have during these bull runs. So that kind of would coincide with a later end to the cycle. Typically if we have the 4-year cycle, it should end Q4 this year. Maybe November and December if we follow typical, Bitcoin halving and Bitcoin cycle theory. But I think this cycle has been so different. We've had it, all-time high before the halving. So we've had so many different things so far this cycle that I think we could extend into Q2 2026, especially if we do have rate cuts in the first half of next year. Then we also have Japan's MicroStrategy Metaplanet just raised an additional $517 million more dollars to buy more Bitcoin, $500 million raised in a single day. We also have Anthony Pompliano, who said they purchased 3,724 Bitcoin. This purchase happened within 1 day after announcing a $1 billion merger and over $750 million fundraise. A lot of companies buying Bitcoin. We also have Norway's deep sea mining firm Green Mineral adopts Bitcoin treasury strategy, targeting to raise $1.2 billion to buy Bitcoin. At the same time, we have NASDAQ-listed Aurora Mobile Board of Directors approved digital asset treasury strategy, allocating up to 20% of its cash and equivalents to Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and SUI, as well as a couple other tokens. So we're starting to see some huge companies start to buy, different crypto assets with their strategies, not just Bitcoin, but also we have ETH, Solana, we have SUI, we have Hype. So we're seeing some big buys. We also have $70 billion Robinhood CEO just said live on CNBC that Bitcoin and crypto will replace traditional finance. So he said this.
I do think that crypto itself, there's 2 ways to look at it. One is a tradable asset like options, futures, and equities. The other is as a fundamental underlying technology.
Right.
And in the second lens, it's the next stage in evolution. We've gone from, paper and pencil, filing cabinet-based financial services to mainframe to on-premise, and then more recently cloud. Now, crypto is the next stage in that, where a lot of the business logic that we've required businesses to actually build is now shared infrastructure. So exchanges, lending pools, payment processors, all these things are replaced by software. So I think in the future, crypto technology will power trading and all sorts of financial services, including trading in stocks and other TradFi assets. So the two will fully merge.
Hey Americans, we found an exchange that gives you the best of both worlds. Want to trade spot markets on over 400 trading pairs and without KYC? You can. Want to trade perpetual markets on over 150 trading pairs with KYC that accepts Americans and Canadians as well? You can. The only exchange we've seen in the market that lets you do both simple spot trading without KYC and perps trading with KYC that Americans can use is BYDFi. And they have a great new promotion going on right now where you earn more for depositing more money into your BYDFi account. BYDFi has a great new program for new users. So if you don't have an account yet and you've been thinking about getting a new one, now's the time. For smaller traders, deposit up to $1,000 and get up to $200 as a bonus. And for whales, for deposits of $5,000 up to $20,000, you can earn as much as $2,000 in extra cash in your account to trade with. But then it gets even better. If you sign up for a new account, you can join the new Telegram group where BYDFi gives you actionable news and trading signals. It's an exclusive trading signals group just for the Altcoin Buzz community. You get market analysis and news, as well as trading signals specifically for swing trading or scalp trading. So sign up for a BYDFi account today, earn extra cash in your account, and get access to our exclusive trading signals and news group, and deposit now to get your bonus, link down below. And then yesterday we had Mastercard and Chainlink partnered to enable cardholders to purchase crypto using on-chain liquidity, secure fiat to crypto swaps powered by Chainlink platform and the Mastercard Global Payments Network, bridging TradFi and DeFi one org at a time. In coming together with Chainlink, we're unlocking a secure and innovative way to revolutionize on-chain commerce and drive the broader adoption of crypto assets, according to the Vice Executive President of Blockchain and Digital Assets at Mastercard. So Chainlink and Mastercard have enabled direct on-chain crypto purchases with Chainlink and with Mastercard, which is massive. So now you're gonna be able to buy, on-chain assets with your credit card. We also have sentiment saying Chainlink's 11% price jump today comes as its amount of holders recently surpassed its all-time high, now up to 769,000. Additionally, wallets active in the past year are down 17.3%, indicating its long-term investing timeframe is in an opportunity zone. We also have Link whales are active. Large wallets activity spiked 3,373% during the recent market crash. While retail investors panic, someone is clearly accumulating Chainlink. Now, Chainlink, like a lot of altcoins, has a very similar market structure right now, where we had this major level of support that seemed to have been broken during this recent, war market crash. But it is reclaiming this level now. So Chainlink is reclaiming this level around at $13. Ideally, we want to see it come up a little bit higher, maybe something like, towards $14.50, come back, retest 13, and then head up towards this next level of resistance around $17.50. I would like to see it come up a little bit higher, but overall, it is reclaiming this level, and any kind of consolidation here is pretty bullish as long as it doesn't break back down, because this could be just a lower high and continuing lower. So we really want to see it start to break above this 1363 level as a kind of a change in market structure as we shift back towards a bullish uptrend. So if Bitcoin can hold up over the next couple of days, I think Chainlink will do well, and it'll start to rally back towards this next level of resistance around at $17.50. And then moving on to a coin we haven't talked about in a very long time, we have Aptos is ripping, as Aptos is up 16% today and now trading around $4.85. I think it was actually up even more than 60%. So what's fueling the Aptos move? First is the Shelby launch with Jump Crypto, which we'll get to in a second, unlocking real-time monetizable Web3 data. We also have the Wyoming stablecoin finalist. It's in the running for the Wyoming stablecoin state pilot, which we also talked about yesterday. Aptos and Assay are the two finalists for the Wyoming stablecoin. And so both of them had big news in addition to being stablecoin finalists. We also have the Genius Act momentum, putting compliant chains like Aptos in the spotlight. And so the bigger news for Aptos was Aptos and Jump Crypto unveiled Shelby to take on AWS and Google Cloud. So Aptos and Jump Crypto have launched Shelby Serves, a new cloud storage layer designed specifically for Web3 and decentralized applications. Shelby aims to match AWS and Google Cloud in speed and accessibility while offering decentralized control and transparency. The model shifts control back to creators, allowing them to manage pricing, access, and monetization on the protocol level, according to the announcement. Aptos and Jump Crypto aim to fix slow decentralized storage by merging scalable blockchain tech with real-time system expertise. Built on Aptos' high-throughput blockchain technology, Shelby supports Ethereum, Solana, and other major chains. And at the same time, stablecoin supply on Aptos is close to its all-time high at 1.2 billion Average transaction fees on Aptos hover around 0.0005 cents. Now Aptos, like Chainlink, is pretty much reclaiming the bottom of this range, but it is coming into this level of resistance like a lot of coins. So we've reclaimed this range and now we're at this level of resistance. So we need for it to break above this next little hump above $5.15. If we can break above here and then reclaim this level, we are going towards this next major level of resistance around $6.07. And that's really where I would really want to get interested, because this is a high time frame level of support and resistance. It's like a multi-year level of support and resistance. So if we flip back above this level, then I'd be interested in Aptos, because overall we're pretty much in a range right now. If you look at this on a high time frame, this is kind of a big, multi-month range between $4 and $6. So overall, I'd be a lot more interested if we got above this level, because then we'd be breaking out of the range. But if you wanted to trade Aptos, if we got above this level around $5.15, it's a pretty good area to take a long back up to this next level of support and resistance at $6.15. So that's Aptos. I'm going to be waiting a little bit longer, but if you wanted to day trade this, you definitely could from this mid-range up to the top of this range. And then we have Tap Tools saying breaking well has opened a $5.5 million long position on Cardano, placing a major bet on upside continuation. We also have Coin Bureau saying ADA dumps, but whales are stacking. Cardano sank about 6.5% as Middle East tensions rocked markets, hitting a low of 55 cents on $126 million volume. But behind the panic, $310 million of ADA quietly scooped up by whales in June. Short-term fear, long-term conviction. We also have DeFi the Oz responding to Charles Hoskinson saying, Charles, any progress on the RLUSD integration into Cardano? Which Charles responds saying, there is a whole XRP package with the Glacier drop, Lace wallet support, XRP DeFi, and the real USD talks. So XRP and Cardano having potential partnerships coming up with the next major update. And we also have Cardano adding 400,000 new wallets in 6 months. ADA adoption is exploding. Now, like we talked about a couple of days ago, Cardano broke through the bottom of this range, took out the stops below here around 50 cents, and then came back up. Now, I will say Cardano is looking a little bit weaker than Aptos or Chainlink, where it is kind of making underside retests, so it hasn't fully reclaimed this level. Ideally, we wanted to come back above around 62 cents, but it's starting to look like it's making lower highs and it wants to continue lower. So ideally, something changes in the next couple of days. This isn't exactly where I'd want to get involved in Cardano. I wanted to come up a little bit higher if we are to reclaim this range, because right now it just looks like an underside retest. And so it's more likely that it's, coming down, retesting here, and then wants to go down even lower, which the next level of major support would be around 45-ish cents. And we don't really want it to come down there. Not too ideal. So hopefully Cardano can change over the next couple of days as the Bitcoin goes up. However, it's not looking the best right now, so I would kind of be careful of Cardano at this current price. And then lastly for today, another coin we haven't talked about in a very, very long time, we have Arbitrum. So we have Entropy Advisors who says, we just hit an all-time high, $300 million in real-world assets tokenized on Arbitrum. Spico Finance jumped $30 million overnight, now leads with $128 million, or 41.6% of all tokenized assets on Arbitrum. The RWA narrative is accelerating, with TVL up 30x since this time last year. So Arbitrum is starting to see some RWA TVL come onto its chain, and Arbitrum has really been mostly used as a bridge to get to Hyperliquid over recent years. It hasn't had that much utility, it seems. But recently we have Crypto Jay-Z saying why Arbitrum might be DeFi's most undervalued bet right now. In the golden years of DeFi, one of the best strategies for spotting undervalued protocols was targeting those with a market cap to TVL ratio below 1. It signaled that a protocol's value was lagging behind the capital actually locked in it, and historically, this strategy had a strong win rate. Is it still valid today? I'd say yes. All it takes is another alt season for these undervalued gems to take off. Have you noticed that Arbitrum as a chain currently has a market cap of DeFi TVL ratio of just 0.67? That's pretty remarkable. What's even more surprising is Arbitrum's negative price action, down 86.5% from its all-time high in January 12th, 2024. It's been a rough 18 months, but I'm still convinced ARB will reclaim its all-time high and go beyond once liquidity flows back in altcoins and DeFi. Any thoughts on this? So we see here, Arbitrum's market cap to DeFi ratio is 0.67, so it's below 1, which means it is undervalued if it does come back. Now, I will say Arbitrum hasn't been the strongest. It's down here at 31 cents, and this is its, this is its chart. It's way below its all-time high of around $2.43. So we'll get that far back. I'm not sure if we'll go all the way back to all-time highs, but I could see us at least going back to the dollar range. Now, if we come here, this is its multi-year level of support and resistance around 50 cents. This is pretty much what it launched at on Binance, and it's also a level of support for just multiple years. Now, this is the level we will really want to get back above, kind of like Aptos, where we're in this range here, and I don't want to do too much in this range. I want to wait till we get back above 50 cents. But if we do reclaim this level around 32 cents, you could take a trade from here to the top of this range back to 50 cents. That is a good trade if we reclaim that, because you could easily put your stops below this level right here where it went down around 24 cents, and you could target back to the top of this range. That's a pretty good trade right there. But I will say I am more so waiting for this to happen, this multi-month accumulation range here. I want to wait for it to break above this range, and then I'd be a lot more interested from 50 cents back up to these highs around 72 cents, and then maybe towards $1 again. Now, as for Bitcoin is holding up pretty strong here. Like I said, if we can reclaim this range today, if we can reclaim this mid-range, come up here and then reclaim this, I think we're going towards new all-time highs very soon for Bitcoin, which will hopefully bring altcoins along with it, and we'll finally have an altcoin season, hopefully. It's pretty strange now that it's like almost midsummer, and so usually we don't have big pumps in midsummer. It's usually pretty choppy. So we'll have to see what happens there. If Bitcoin wants to just chop around in between this range of 100,000 and 111,000 for a couple months before it breaks out, we'll have to see. But that is the video for today, guys. I think we're gonna have a pretty good next couple days as long as Bitcoin wants to hold up. And that's the video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow.